l'homme fort de Paris. Naina kosenga selo sambo na yawe apesa ya ngai molonga ni potobanga. Yes, I have received so many requests to translate this song by Madilu Multi System. The song is called Vice Versa. Vice Versa. Okay, you will forgive my French. It's not that good, but like I have kept on promising, I will work on it. So, what is it that Madilu is saying in the song Vice Versa, in the song Vice Versa? Why is it an issue that, Madilu has to look at it? What if it was the other way around? Because vice versa just means the other way around. Why is it the case? So the persona in the song is a young man, and so the young man has fallen in love with an older woman. So he is being asked a few questions here and there. He has an answer. I have previously given the profile of Madilu system, so I just want to go straight into translating for you the song Vice Versa. Le grand monsieur Marcelin Bilomba. So he starts by saying Le grand monsieur Marcelin Bilomba. So the great master or the great Mr. Called Marcelin Bilomba. I treat the mention of Marcelin Bilomba as just another of those Libanga Mabanga moments, a case where an artist mentions a person of note, and when they do so, sometimes they get rewarded in kind. Also mentions France King International. This must be some business. Also mentions Alain Saint Pierre, Alain Saint Peter. Pona la vinanga, and for my life, or because of my own life, I am crying for love or due to love. I'm crying because of love. So l'amour is love in French. Nasuki na mwana oyo tifa. I have ended up with this girl. So mwana means child, but in this case it's actually I have ended up with this girl called Tifa. Akomisinga ilokola zoba, and she has turned me into a zombie, into a fool, if you will. And of course he mentions Theodore Obiang Gema. This is again somebody's name. Again, this could just be one of those Mabangas, Kobako, Bwakalibanga. Motema Musundolinga. So Kosundola means to abandon. So he says that my heart has abandoned me. Nzoto ekoti nyongo. Even my own body is more or less like indebted. Nyongo is a debt. Ekobendanga. So my own body is actually pulling away, is more or less saying, is refusing me. Kasimolimo ekoboya, but the spirit is refusing. Bolingo ezali mpona mbongo te. Bolingo ezali mpona mbongo te. But love is not because of money, or it's not money that drives love, or you do not love somebody because of money. Kisite tofungola mitema. Kisite tofungola mitema. So it is not about those portions. It's about opening our hearts. Again, that's another mention. Kival somebody. Babale balingani. Two people have loved each other. Yasolo botika. So please leave them. Soki bolobi boka bolabango. And if you say that you want to separate them, so that one can leave the other. Ata akutie nambanda. They have even found their partner with a rival. So mbanda just means an enemy, but in the case of love, mbanda usually means a rival. It's normally very painful. So if you find your spouse with somebody else, it is normally very painful, very hurting. Again, Okongo Marcelo PDG na Brazza again is another of those moments where he's mentioning some PDG, President Director General, found in Brazzaville. Nakokokateko vivre na bolingo ya boye. And I will not be able to live with this kind of love. What haven't I done for you or because of you? So today you are going and leaving me in pain, leaving me suffering. Minyololo is chained, so I'm more or less like handcuffed. I'm held together by chains. Obolingo nalela na Paolo. Oh, love, I am crying with Paolo. Maison Blanche na Brazzaville, the White House in Brazzaville. Again, this had just mentions. Baboti tago mosusu bazaliko pekisakayo. And other times your own parents will be stopping you or prohibiting you, Keba mwasi yo okay kobala, that be careful about the woman that you have gone to marry, that sometimes parents will advise you against a certain woman that you've gone to marry, or that you should be a bit careful about the woman that you have married. Fungola matoi nayo, so open your ears. Ozalina ino mwana, because you are still a child, you're still young. Again, somebody in Brazzaville has just been mentioned there. Kolinga mwasi na mokili pona kitokote. Do not love a woman in this world based on her beauty. Karakter ejajaka na miso ya bato. That the character of somebody is judged in people's eyes. People see your character, and then they judge, they make a judgment based on how you behave. Basusu bazwa bilembo bebasukana kembo. So elembo is a sign. So there are those that got signs, or got, it can also mean they got scarred. It can also mean that they got some memories, some things that can make them, remember or reminisce about something. Deception oyo nazua epesanga mayele. And the kind of deception that I have received has made me wiser. It has given me wisdom. So that's what Madilu says here, that he has been deceived of. But in the person of the poet in the song is somebody that has been deceived before, and so they know, they have learned from the deception. Showbiz Costo Abidjan. So again, showbiz in Abidjan. Abidjan is the capital city of Côte d'Ivoire, has also been mentioned in the song. Jean-Claude Amen, l'homme fort de Paris. Again mentioned somebody in Paris. Ngai nakosenga selo sambo na Yahweh, that I will make a prayer to God. Apesa yanga molonga ni poto banda, for him to give me a spouse, so that we can stay together, that we can get married. And today I have got that love of my heart. Nakomi moumbu bapasi nabisengo tokovanda, and I have become like a slave. I am attached to her in this case. Bapasi nabisengo tokovanda, in happiness and in pain, in happiness and in suffering, we shall live together. Again, there's another mabanga there. Mentions Patrick Mangasa. He's really been mentioned in songs, this Patrick Mangasa. Ata bobominga koboma. Even if you kill me, naboya yete, I will not refuse them. So koboya is to refuse. So I'll not refuse her, or I'll not reject her. Albertine abotama na 50. Albertine was born in 50. So in this case, the context is that Albertine was born in 1950. Ngai na 83, while I was born in 83. I was born in 1983. So Albertine, the woman in this case, was born in 1950, and I was born in 1983. In other words, there's a very big age differential, that there's one person, the woman was born in 1950, while the gentleman was born in 1983. And I think that's where now he's going to give us the whole context of vice versa. And I really love her. Albertine, so I really love this Albertine. Bino baninga nanga, you, my friends. Bozaliko kamwa pamba. You are being surprised for nothing. You wait for that day when this would also happen to you. It is when you will understand me with the current situation that I am going through. Po yango ezali coup de foudre. So that this is more of, I want to say foolish love. Love at first sight, love at the first time, and it makes you really very foolish, if you will. It is true love. Even if you call pastors to come to me, Natikayete, I will not leave her. And then Madilu says, impossible. And then Madilu says, impossible. It's not possible. Ata Bobengi Papawa Roma. Even if you call Pope of Rome, Pope is the ultimate figure in the Catholic Church. So even if you call Papawa Roma, even if you call the Pope that, resides in Rome, ce n'est pas la peine. It will not be useful. It will not help you. Even if you call the Pope, it will be worthless. So all I'm doing is to make a prayer to God. Apesa yanga mulonga nipo tovanda, that God may give me a spouse so that we live together. So even if they laugh at us, so that's what Madilu says, even if they laugh at us, and then lelo nazwi oyo yangai wa motema, and today I have found that person that belongs to my heart. Enakomi Moumbu Bapasi Nabisengo Tokovanda. I have become like a slave. In suffering and in happiness we shall live together. Mav Mavanga again mentions Mav Mavanga. It's also been sung quite often, Mav Mavanga, including by artists like Kabose Bulebi. Bapapa na biso ya 70 are even fathers that are 70 years old. Yeah, even actually men or fathers that are 70 years old. They also love, they also get 18-year-olds. Are you now seeing the context of vice versa? Why is it not a problem when 70-year-olds go to 18-year-olds? While for me, a woman that was born in 1970, while for me, a woman that was born in 1950 and I was born in 1983, it is such a big issue. Why not vice versa? Talking guy Naluli Albertine, and if I am lasting for Albertine, if I have really admired Albertine, because she's a child that was born in 50, or she's 50 years old, depending on how you look at it. But in the earlier context, she was born in 1950. Mabe ezali wapi. Why is the problem? What's wrong with it? Mpona nini injustice ya boy? Why do we have this kind of injustice? Oh, of course, that is the characteristic Madilu multi-system laughter. May God continue resting his soul in eternal power, in eternal glory. I have to give you that laughter one more time. Antuka a problem oil, but all in all, this problem, or in fact this problem, soki oni asilisi ba problem ya baguerre. Soki oni asilisi ba problem ya baguerre. Soki oni asilisi ba problem ya baguerre. Now, oni in this case means United Nations. So actually, the spelling will be ONU, but in French it is pronounced as ONI. Bado naendelea kukangana nayo, usitoke na sawa. Antuka problem oil, and all in all, or in fact, this problem, soki oni asilisi ba problem ya baguerre. Soki oni asilisi ba problem ya baguerre. Now, if the United Nations has finished the problem of war, so ONI is Organisation Internationale des Nations Unies. Of course, you have to forgive my French, it's so terrible, but it is United Nations. If it has finished the problem of war, oil ezana bamboka, the war that happens in countries. Il faut étaler le problème. So it should now look at this problem. Now, if UN has finished all the problems of war between countries, it should now come to this. It should now also intervene in this case of this young man and Albertine. Mais comme dengan lingi Albertine, but you know the way I love Albertine. Mpo abotamana senkam, because she was born in the 1950. Ghana abotamana 83, and while I was born in 1983. You see that as a problem. She was born in 1950, I was born in 1983. So why do you see that as a problem? Molonga ni poto banda, that I'll just put my prayer before God so that He can give me my own power, so that we can live together. And I've heard Madilu mentioning Rajakula. Now this was another of those early Congolese artists. He was a very good dancer. He's the father to an artist, I think is called Evala Bota. Yes, if I'm not wrong. Today I have found my love, you know. I am now like a slave, in pain, in suffering, and in happiness. We shall stay. Then of course the song gets into 7, but even within that 7, Madilu still keeps on throwing his words here and there, mentioning people here and people there, businesses here and businesses there. So that is the end of the song Versa-Madilu
system. If you're watching my channel for the first time, take a moment to just hit the subscribe and notification buttons. Asante sana.